Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Okay, Wurkkos. For those of you who are unfamiliar, this is a budget brand made in China that has a very good reputation for build quality. Now, why is that? Well, it's simple. Because another company makes the lights for Wurkkos. That's right. That company is also a made in China budget brand that has their own very good reputation for build quality. Sofuren. Here's the thing though, the vast majority of Sofuren models, they're not going to be rebranded Wurkkos models. No. And the light we're taking a look at today, the Wurkkos TD03, you're not going to find this light on Sofuren's website. So yeah, that's how Wurkkos has such a really good reputation for build quality, despite being a budget made in China brand. So here's the box. And this is typical of Sofuren lights. This is their color scheme, orange and white. Not exactly sure I'd go for that, but hey, if you want to stand out in a crowded market, why not? It's a nice box, and there is some information here. As you can see, TD03 or TD03. There's the emitter, SFT40, very nice. Now, this says set. I bought a complete set, which means not just the light, but the battery. And yeah, there will be, as usual, some specs in the description box below. Be sure to check that out when the video is over. So what do you get in the box? Well, as I said, if you get the complete set, you do get a battery, there you go, Wurkkos branded. I'm sure this is just a label wrapped around a more common type of 18650 battery. You do get the battery. There's the flashlight. And yes, it does come with the carry clip attached. Carry clip can only be mounted in one position, bezel down. You get a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, a pretty good one too. This is not some cheap piece of crap cable. Yeah. Nice and thick, a good length. So yeah, you get a really good charging cable. You get the small bubble wrap envelope that the flashlight comes packed in. You get a small accessory baggie that includes a lanyard and, yep, 2 spare O-rings. Love getting spare O-rings. You get 2 flexible Wurkkos glow-in-the-dark rings. I don't think they're supposed to be attached to the flashlight. You just get them, and I guess you could wear them on a finger or maybe put them around something cylinder-shaped. Yeah, I think these came as a freebie for having ordered the light. You may or may not get this in the box. You get the TD03 user manual, and you get this card that lets you know that the battery has a little paper disc that needs to be removed first before you can use the light. It says, "Thanks for choosing Wurkkos." Nothing there. And yeah, just a bit of safety warning, and to take the little paper ring off the battery that comes inside the light if you order the complete set. As far as this goes, well, I guess you could use it as a bookmark. So there you go, multi-purpose. All right, let's focus on the flashlight. I'm going to say this. Imagine watching a football game, and your favorite player has the ball, and he's running. He is running, and the opposing team is trying to stop him, and no one can. He's running. He's right there. He's right by the goal. Now imagine he stops, takes the football, and obviously I mean American football, not soccer, but he takes the football and he gently places it on the ground, literally 1 inch from the goal line. Yeah, how mad would you be? Honestly, TD03, Wurkkos, they didn't drop the ball. They gently placed it down 1 inch from the goal line. Yeah. I can already tell I'm going to get a bit angry as this review goes on, but yeah. Let's take a look. Tail cap switch. That is a good one. Nice and wide, flat. Yes, it will tail stand. Not that that matters if you're looking for a pure tactical light. For some bizarre reason, every single flashlight company, especially the Chinese ones, think tail standing matters. No, it doesn't. And usually they put 2 metal ears on the sides in order to accomplish that goal. The problem is, if you're out and about and you see that there might be a thread and you immediately reach for your tactical flashlight, what are you going to do? Slam the pad of your thumb onto that tail cap switch. And if it has 2 stupid metal ears projecting upwards, well, good luck with that. Yeah, those ears are literally just for tail standing purposes, which you don't need in a pure tactical light. Maybe on a tactical light, but not an actual tactical one. And sometimes those ears have a lanyard attachment, which again, you don't need on an actual tactical light. Thankfully, this doesn't have any of that stupid BS. No ears protruding outward. Yes, it does have a flush tail cap that lets you tail stand, but it does not get in the way of using this as an actual tactical light. What does get in the way is the user interface. But we'll get back to that in a moment. Okay, very skinny black metal clip comes attached to the light. Good retention. Not too tight, a little tight, not too tight. Thankfully, not too loose either. I wish it was a little wider, but this works. And I wish this wraparound portion of the clip was a little wider as well. But in the entire time I've been carrying and using this light on the job, never an issue. Now down here, it looks as though you could reverse the tail cap switch. I'm sorry. I meant to say it looks as though you could reverse the clip and attach it here for Bezel up carry. No, it won't fit. Okay, check out these grooves. If they look aggressive, guess what? They are. Now, this will not shred flesh from your fingers like an old-fashioned Surefire would. But, wow, fantastic grip. I love these grooves cut the way they are. Fantastic freaking grip on this light. And even though the clip looks as though it might be uncomfortable, it's not. You can bear down on this light like you wouldn't believe. It's not going anywhere. Fantastic job with the grip. Yeah. If you want a nice slippery grip, this is not the light for you. Yeah, screw that. Excellent grip. There's the name of the company, TD03. Now, it does have a battery indicator. So this lights up and, well, it'll let you know if you need to toss this on a charger or not. And I'm going to mention in the description box below what the levels are on the battery indicator light. But you do get it here. It's small. It's out of the way. Thank you. That's the way it should be. And also, right here, this rubberized flap, there's where you plug in the USB-C. Now, I like this flap the way it's horizontal instead of vertical. Opens up easily right here. It's a little bit of a pain in the backside to close, just a little bit, but it works well. And heck, most of the time you should be taking the battery out of the light and putting it on a charger. Now, the nice thing is this flashlight does not require proprietary 18650 batteries. You can use the one included from Wurkkos, or you can use any other one. So that is definitely a good thing. You can use generic 18650s with this light and it will work. Also, even though Wurkkos doesn't emphasize this, you can definitely run this light on two CR123A lithium primary batteries. That's right. Guess what? There's going to be a little bit too much room in the barrel of the flashlight. Another thing you can do, however, and for those of you who remember my 511 video from a while back, the 511 Response XR1 video, that light comes with two CR123A primary lithium batteries in an orange battery holder. And I've used this in the light. It's a little tight, but it works. And if you don't have the orange holder, you can just put in two of these by themselves and the light works, no issues. But Wurkkos doesn't emphasize using primary cells in this flashlight. I'm not sure why, but they don't. And yeah, they are a little bit loose, but once you screw everything down after swapping out the cells, the flashlight does not rattle. So that's good. So this is definitely a dual fuel flashlight. Generic 18650 or two CR123A lithium primaries. up here. Yes, that is a thing of beauty. And you do get a strike bezel that's not too aggressive at all. Not too aggressive. It's there if you need it, but it's actually quite rounded, quite smooth. I think it's mostly there just for looks, but it does look nice. It does. So let's get to that user interface. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Wasn't so much fun for me. Okay, tail cap, 3 modes based on turning the tail cap. That's right. Now, as far as I know, this is not a magnetic tail cap, but I can't 100% confirm that. I believe it's non-magnetic. So, okay, there's the first setting. Now, here's the thing. What's the first setting? Well, you're looking at it right now. Off. That's right. Off is a setting. But don't get it confused. This is not a lockout mode. No. This is not a lockout mode. On the first one, you get 2 settings. You get off. That's right. Off is a setting. And I'm going to show you why that's a problem. Off is a setting. Now, when you push down on this tail cap switch in this first position, this is not a clicky switch. It's a momentary, a forward momentary. And you get 1 mode after off. Strobe warning. That's right. Strobe warning in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Varying strobe, very bright. You get full output. Full output. Very, very bright. Oh, in case I didn't mention it, the turbo is 1800 lumens. Yep, 1800 lumens. And the strobe also comes on in 1800 lumens. Now, like I said, the strobe is momentary on this setting. When you take your finger off this excellently designed tail cap, the light switches off. Curiously, Wurkkos markets this light as strictly an outdoor light. Very useful. But no, they clearly went for tactical. Clearly. But they missed the mark. Next setting. You turn this counterclockwise. Now, this is not low mode. No. This setting has 4 output levels plus memory. So you get low, medium, high, turbo, and unfortunately my camera is adjusting for the output levels, so most of them look the same. Trust me, they're not. Click it again after turbo, you get low. Hold on. You do get strobe, but this time the strobe is permanent on. Strobe warning, 3, 2, 1. Yep, hold it down, you get strobe. Permanent on strobe, and we're back. Now, here's the thing. Thankfully, even though there's a memory feature on that second setting, it does not memorize strobe. So you can't accidentally switch this on in strobe. Not accidentally. You have to keep in mind that the first setting, when it's off and you hold it down, that's going to be strobe. But if you want the next setting, which is more of a daily use mode, no. You can't accidentally get strobe from this setting. Third one. So 1, 2, 3, tactical mode. There's your turbo. And again, my camera quickly adjusting for the output. If you tap that tail cap button in tactical mode, you get a lower setting. Tap it again, turbo. So you get basically turbo and high, turbo and high. Again, if you hold it down, you do get strobe. Strobe warning, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. And again, in tactical mode, the strobe warning also is permanent on. So you have to click it again to switch that off. So, did you guys notice the issue? Yeah, this is the weirdest, simplest UI I have ever encountered. You literally cannot turn this flashlight off in the second setting or the turbo setting. Literally impossible to turn the flashlight off. You have to rotate to that first setting in order to turn the flashlight off. You cannot turn it off at any other setting. You cannot click the tail cap switch in any way to turn the light off. Yeah, and again, that first setting where the flashlight is off, press and hold, you get momentary strobe, not momentary turbo. Seriously, Wurkkos screwed up. This could have been the greatest budget tactical light, pure tactical light, not that tactical garbage, pure tactical light if Wurkkos had just swapped out the position of strobe with turbo. But they didn't. They gave their customers what they think is a tactical light instead of what one actually is. And that ticks me off. If Wurkkos had gotten the modes right, I would have bought 2 more of these, carried them around for the rest of my life, and enjoyed having a pure tactical light that stays tactical and only works as an EDC mundane chores light if I rotate the tail cap. They dropped the ball horribly. Oh, another issue? Yeah. I would suggest limiting strobe to 10, maybe 15 seconds, because this flashlight gets unbelievably hot. I mean, even by turbo standards, this flashlight gets incredibly hot at the Bezel if you use turbo for longer than just a few seconds. Don't try using turbo for 2 minutes. No. Even 30 seconds makes me a little anxious. Unless you want this to be an improvised hand warmer, don't use turbo for more than a few seconds. But that's not a big issue if this was a pure tactical light. It's not. Wurkkos tried. They failed. This thing is almost perfect. It's marketed as an outdoor light in their literature, but clearly they tried to make this a tactical light. And wow, did they fall short by about an inch. Do I recommend it? I mean, if you like what you see, the build quality is very good indeed. And if you like a flashlight that turns on in strobe, this is your light. If you like a flashlight that can only be turned off in one setting, there you go. For the rest of us, no. But in terms of build quality, yes, this is an excellent budget flashlight, but it's not really a tactical one. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And yes, I am very disappointed that Wurkkos came so incredibly close. But it is what it is. I do recommend the light overall. Stay safe out there. It's still dangerous.